What's good, Sheltron here, the most woke, no joke, and I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. Today, I do not have the answers. Today, I got nothing but questions for you guys. Like, this is a serious video for you guys today. Cause last night, I was chilling and I saw this tweet from Adam Schefter. It says, former Cardinals safety Tyrann Mathieu reached agreement on a one-year deal with the Houston Texans. It doesn't say how much the deal was, but it's a one-year deal for $7 million. So it's basically a prove-it deal from the Texans, which says a couple things to me. The first thing that I noticed was the Cardinals tried to get him to take $9 million. No, he was getting paid $9 million. They asked him to take less money, and I'm pretty sure they would have given him $7 million. I'm pretty sure the Cardinals would have offered him at least $7 million. So I'm not sure why exactly he left that. But, I mean, the Texans are in a better position to win right now. So, you know, a prove-it one-year deal with a team that can win if J.J. Watt stays injury. I'm sorry. J.J. Watt's not going to stay injury-free. You got to hope. You got to pray that he can stay on his feet. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. They got a good... The rest of their team is looking really good. Deshaun Watson, obviously, could be an MVP candidate next year if he is on the same kind of trajectory he was at the beginning of this season. Because he was on pace to be the MVP until he got hurt, and then it became Carson Wentz. Then he got hurt, and then, you know, the football gods shine down on Tom Brady. That's not the point of this video. But whatever, that's cool. Because, you know, in my video I was talking about should we get Trey Boston again or go after the Honey Badger, which if you missed that, you can see it up here. I was told by a few people that, you know, Honey Badger, he got an ACL injury a couple years ago, and he's been playing kind of scared, kind of, you know, kind of very cautious, you know, because he doesn't want to re-injure his knee and risk, you know, the rest of his career, which is understandable, but not what we need right now. We need intensity. We need youth and intensity, and that's not what we need. And apparently, the Cards saw that he wasn't 100%, he wasn't himself anymore. He's Tyrann Mathieu and not the Honey Badger. And apparently, even the Texans see that, you know, he's not who he used to be. We'll take you, but we need you to prove something to us before we, like, commit to you. You feel me? So then I see this tweet. I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe we can go after some other players. There's a few other players that I was thinking, you know, maybe Eric Reid, maybe Ross Cockrell, you know, maybe E.J. Gaines. E.J. Gaines is a really good player. But then I saw this tweet from Mike Garofalo saying, cornerback E.J. Gaines will visit the Cardinals today. Source says Arizona has a need at corner. Opposite Patrick Peterson, Gaines played good ball for the Bills last year. So the Cards are already on the attack trying to get a new corner. And I'm not sure how I feel about this because E.J. Gaines was probably the number 1 or maybe even number 2 prospect I was thinking of free agents at least. People we can go after. I have someone who's above him, but we may or may not get him depending on how our front office is looking at him. I'll get into that in a bit. So if we can just go ahead and I want to go ahead and get straight into this. Can we just go ahead and get into PIP? Let's go in picture-in-picture right now. Let's start off with E.J. Gaines since we just talked about him. So E.J. Gaines, he's been in the league for 3 years, right? 3 years so far. He's 5'10", 190, and he was what was he? What pick was he? He's a 6th round draft pick. I can't read. He was a 6th round draft pick in 2014. Let's look at his stats though. So in 2014, he had 2 interceptions. That's not bad. That's not bad, and 63 tackles. That's pretty good stats. That's pretty good stats. Then he didn't play in 2015. And 2016, he had 47 tackles, no INTs. And then last year, he had 48 tackles and 1 INT. No touchdowns, but that's okay. That's all right. He has 2 total fumble recoveries. So, I mean, and 3 forced fumbles last year. So that's pretty good for a young, 26-year-old player. That's pretty cool. Now, I don't know a lot about him because, I mean, I don't know if he's a speed corner, if he's a man corner, if he plays really good zone. Like, I'm not sure exactly what he does really well, but, you know, for a young corner who played pretty good last year, it seems like he's a pretty physical kind of guy. If he forced three fumbles last year. He forced 3 fumbles last year, having only played 11 games of the 16. That looks good to me. That looks really good to me. So, I mean, E.J. Gaines could be a really good pick for us. I'm also going through this in order of youth. So the people you see is going from youngest to oldest. Then I'm thinking maybe we can pick up Eric Reid. Eric Reid is a really good pickup here. He's a free safety, which we need a safety. We need a safety more than we need a corner, honestly. But first thing you have to notice about him is he's 26 as well, and he was a first-round pick. But the really interesting thing about Eric Reid is that he plays really well. Eric Reid is actually a really good safety. So look, in his rookie year, he had 73 tackles and 4 interceptions. That's tough. Second year in the league, 35 tackles for 3 interceptions. That's great too. 2015, 56 tackles, no INTs. 2 years ago, 48 tackles, 1 interception, and in 2017, he played 13 games, had 52 tackles and 2 interceptions. Why is this man still on the free agency market? Why is no one looking at this man? Why is no one looking at this Eric Reid, 6'1", 213, physical, he can get the ball? Why is no one looking at him? Let's look at right here. The former 49ers believe that teams are staying away from him due to his... Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Due to his what, sir? Due to his what? Due to his social activism and decision to knee during the national anthem. Oh. Now, there's some people, I don't want to get people upset, because there's some people who, like, have... I don't want to pick a side, like, you know, which side is which. Oh, are you wrong for this? Or are you right for, you know, whatever. However you feel about the protest is your own business. But my business is, and the front office's business is the business of winning. And we've seen people, no matter how you feel about the protest, we've seen players with much bigger issues than taking a knee during the national anthem get positions on teams. In fact, we've seen players with much bigger issues than taking a knee during the national anthem who have also taken a knee during the national anthem still get positions on teams. I'm looking at you, Martellus Bennett. And so this makes... So, I mean, Jerry Richardson would never have done this, but Hurney? Did he might do this. Let me stop. But, Hurney, if you're trying to get us to win, Eric Reid is a great pickup. I'll get into the money aspect in a bit, but I'm thinking that Eric Reid really could be a pretty good piece for us in the secondary. Let's go to Ross Cockrell. He's 26, 6 foot even, 190. That's a pretty good build. Came from Duke, which really isn't a powerhouse in football at all. I'm saying it really isn't. It's 100% not a powerhouse in football. But he was a 4th round pick, which isn't too bad. Let's look at his stats. First year he played in Buffalo, but not really. Only 7 games, no starts, 1 tackle. Let's ignore that. His next 2 years he played in Pittsburgh. 33 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions. That's pretty good. It's not too bad for only starting 7 of the 15 games he played in. Then his next year in Pittsburgh, he started all 16 games, had 47 tackles. Look, no interceptions. Okay. Then last year he played with the Giants, 37 tackles and 3 interceptions. You know, if you have 3 interceptions on that Giants defense, that's pretty good. Considering you know the Giants, if you watch football, you know what the Giants were last year. Let's not fake the funk. Let's not fake the funk. You know what the Giants were last year. So this guy, I don't know much about how he plays or anything, but he seems like he could really be a pretty good pick. He could be a pretty good pickup for us. Honestly, we're in desperation mode. And just about if you have 2 feet and you can pick up a slight run, you don't have to sprint. If you have 2 feet and can look at the ball, we might pick you up. And then we get to the really interesting pick is Orlando Scandrick. Orlando Scandrick is 5'10", so he's not really all that tall. Kind of bigger build, 190. But he's 31. He's 31 years old, and that's very old. I don't know how I feel about that. But, I mean, a 5th round draft pick for the Cowboys. Been in the league for a while. Let's just skim through these stats real quick. His first year, 26 tackles, no interceptions. Second year in the league, he starts only 4 games. 43 tackles, 1 interception. He really never really started. No, when he was with Dallas, with his first 5-6 years, he never really started. 2, 4, 3, 7, and 3. His first 5 years in the league of his starting games. 40 tackles his 3rd year in the league with 1 interception. 42 tackles his 5th year in the league with another interception. I mean, these aren't numbers that jump up at you. The last 4 years, though, he started most of the games. 59 tackles with 2 interceptions. In 2014, 56 tackles with 2 interceptions. 39 with what? 1 interception. And then last year he had 32 with no interceptions, but he had 3 forced fumbles in 2016 and 2 forced fumbles in 2014. These numbers really don't jump out at me, but Orlando Scandrick has experience, which is something we actually could use. Maybe it could be like a semi-mentor kind of thing. And like I said, we're kind of desperate for anybody who can play in the secondary, so he's not really out of our what we're looking for, but he may not be one of our best picks, our best pickups, our best options right now. I may even say we may as well just wait in the draft and pick up something in the draft. But I'm gonna go back to EJ Gaines from youngest to oldest. What I want to let you guys know is I could go through and let you know exactly how we get this number. But just suffice to say, if you want to do this, you can Google it by yourself. But suffice to say, we have between $5 and $8 million in cap room right now, in cap space right now. It's more closer to 6, really. But look at these guys' cap hits. It's right here. EJ Gaines' current cap hit is 1.8 mil. Eric Reid is 5.6. Ross Cockrell is 1 mil flat, and Orlando Scandrick is 3 mil. I may have gone too fast on Eric Reid. Make sure you guys see that. Eric Reid is 5.7 mil. And I'll leave it right here because Eric Reid is probably the best prospect for us right now. So what we can really do right here is either spend all of our cap on a splashy pick like Eric Reid, who's very talented, still young. Maybe, kind of a controversial pick. But we can spend all our money and really get a really good pick out of that. Get a really good, solid player. Or we could go rather than get a star, get some solid pieces here and there. Ross Cockrell is only 1 mil. EJ Gaines is only 1.8. Get a few solid picks for our secondary. Still pick a safety high, and then maybe bolster our offensive line with maybe 1 or 2 kind of backup, kind of cheaper guards, or maybe a tackle or 2, and work at it that way. But what do you guys think? Do you think we should go after any of these guys? And who are your top picks for who we should go after? Should we go after them at all? Should we even try to pick up any DBs in free agency and just say, you know what, let's look at other positions of need and see what we can do, and rather than try to pick up players that we probably can't get, and pick players that other teams might be trying to get for even more money than we can afford right now. Let me know in the comments below. You already know what to do with that like button. I got a button right here for you to subscribe. You can click here to watch more videos. Hey, the support lately has been really great, man. I appreciate it. Namaste. Back before you know it.